it's quite impressive that for someone who started just as someone who was excited about, visual effects and self-taught, essentially, you have film credits for Iron Man, for Guardians of the Galaxy, for Avengers, and anyone who knows Marvel knows how secretive they are when it comes to their projects. So, when I saw that, I was just wondering, how do you, as a visual effects person, how do you even get to know Marvel is doing something? Because everything of theirs is top secret, and
Oh,
how do you even get in?
yeah. So in this industry, it becomes a thing of it's all who you know. And it so
Mm,
happened that there was a friend of mine who was working in the studios in California. And he called me one day and he said, hey, look, Kwame, the studio is going from California to Florida where I was currently residing. And they were going to interview about 300 graduate students to, you
wow.
know, to pull into the film industry. I was not a
Mm,
graduate student. He just said, look, all I'm going to do is just, you've done work on your own. I'll take your stuff and show them. So I went
mm,
to where they were doing these interviews. I waited for about 3.5 to 4 hours as they were going through everybody. They were only going to select three people from the whole place.
from the 300.
Yeah. And so I'm thinking to myself, how am I going to even get here? These people are graduates with full reels and whatnot. I had stuff that I was working on concept. So after 4 hours, I finally go into this room as the head of the studio from California they're packing up. And I quickly took in, I had a disc of my work in there. I said, hey, I'm wondering if you guys can check me out. And this guy, Brian, told me, just come show you guys. I could see their faces. They were exhausted. They said, oh, okay, okay. All right, we'll take one more. And as soon as they
Mm,
put my stuff in, I just saw them look at each other, and the first thing they said is, "This guy's interesting," and I knew
mm,
I was in there somehow. And so they started asking me questions. Wow, so you did all of this. This is your quality. Oh, the way you're
mhm.
presenting, you're one of the only ones where this is really coming out very nice. And um, 3 days later, I was out dinner and I get a call from California saying, "Hey, we had an interview with you. Would you be willing to move to California?" At that time, I really had no interest in being in California because of earthquakes. But then they said,
Mhm.
"Yeah, they said your first job would be working on the Avengers," and that was it.